We need to take that. Don't bring him the glue stick. He already ate. Can we fix that? Can you fix the?
It goes down.
Oh, he's down here.
Oh, Lordy. I'm like, I think.
Is it a different one?
I think. I think that's just a microphone, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it's got a little beady eye on it.
Julie, what happened last meeting?
It does have a, what, did you watch it?
Yeah.
I have trouble with the internet. I had it the last two, just in the middle, it'll drop it. And if it drops this camera, that one comes on. It goes to the one that's working.
Let's point it at Kathy this
Yeah.
time because that was a horrible shot.
I didn't know. Was it right?
It was
Where do I
looking
see
up.
that at?
Oh.
You know, it's like when you take a picture from here, everything looks.
I've already downloaded
I
it.
put it in that chair. I just was trying to put it in
No, it was
Yeah.
awful. It was
Send that.
like what you never want to see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with the internet, but about halfway through these meetings, the last
Oh, we
couple
can
of
tell
them,
you what's going on with the internet.
it's going crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not using y'all's internet, I brought my own.
Oh, well,
Y'all's-
I can't help you on that then.
Huh. You have.
I'm going to have Miss Jimtho. We have a quorum. We have Miss Jimtho lead us in a word of prayer.
Okay.
Kind word would be nice.
Yes, as always. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you, dear Lord, for your love for us. Thank you for your dedication to us. Just thank you for everything that you do give to us, dear Lord. Each breath, each day, everything is to bring you back glory. We praise your name, dear Lord. I pray that you will be with us as we go through this meeting today, that decisions will be made that will benefit Eastland County, dear Lord, and no hidden agendas. I pray, dear Lord, for our great country. I pray for blessings on it and our leaders in office. I pray, dear Lord, for those that are in Austin that are doing legislation right now, dear Lord. I pray that they will have the clarity and the wisdom that they need that will affect us all. And I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just for the.
I'm not.
All right. Consent agenda, Ms. Jimtho.
Yes, I have regular minutes, February the 10th. I have no personnel report.
There was
There's-
Yeah, there was one.
There was one in
Oh,
there.
there was? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I do have one.
for January.
Let me see if I can find that. Where we at.
Okay. Certification of additional revenue. I did receive those. Amendment changes by fund. I do have. Investment report. I found none.
It's in that same email.
Okay.
It's she sent out an email and there's 3 or 4 responses and one of them is yours, but at the her very first email has all those attachments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correspondence that you and her and maybe I think Loretta was in.
What did I say?
It was on
I don't know. I don't ever read yours.
the cybersecurity that was given to
The
us.
cybersecurity.
Oh,
yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Also, and
Yeah.
we had the personnel report, investment report, my report, cybersecurity group that we had been given, and then all my bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Why-
all of-
Together.
Yeah,
What?
because I didn't receive the bills, only one, but it's in that thread of emails
Yeah,
then.
it was the very first one.
Okay, gotcha. I'll go back and find it. I have the auditor's financial report unreconciled of 2/20/2025. Treasurer's report of financial condition.
January is.
And then the departmental financial reports have district clerk, DMV, and Goldsmith. Bills, claims, and accounts. How many were there?
I'm counting 10.
Also, these were in my box when I come in. Those are the 2 invoices for the 2 graders.
Oh,
And they're due Monday.
oh, okay. So we need to get permission to pay that. All right. When we start talking about it, I'm going to ask for a couple of things.
I show 9.
You can ask for one thing.
9.
You might be asked for 10.
We're landing at
We gotta keep this down. So we
9
get done
sets.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Christine, just out of curiosity, why did we get 11 emails from you? What happened?
You only got 1 from me.
Oh, well, I keep seeing.
Well, 2 from me because
Yeah, I was
one
gonna
has
say
one
we got
data.
2.
The others were where somebody responded back.
Yeah.
Replied to all.
Oh, okay.
They're in that chain back and forth.
Yeah.
Because
Because when I put
to be
your
honest,
name in there,
the
it's
reason
like-
why I know is I missed that. I went back and tried to find the financial stuff, the bills, because I knew one wasn't all we had to pay.
I know, me too, and I didn't have time to go back. Okay, so I have cybersecurity. I have many. I have the county clerk's office, which is Kathy, Donna, Tammy, Emily, Bernice, Susan. And then I have Abigail Fletchner, Andy Maxwell, Carol Williams,
Commissioner Maxwell's got his cybersecurity?
Christina Dodrell, Donnie Gray, Cindy Bartley, Jay Druzado, Jesse Spear, John Glenn, Kristen Martinez, Leslie Ray Strickland, Megan Brown, Robert Raines, Robin Caruth, Shannon Hart, Tammy Brawley, Wendy McDade, Buck Trice, James Harper, Mike Monroe. That's it
Okay.
that I found. And then for the purchasing acknowledgments, I have a Cinch Harper.
Who's that? Is that yours?
Mine.
Oh, that's yours?
Came
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
And that's all I have unless you want to pay those bills additional.
Yes.
Okay. Auditor?
I
One thing.
would like to go over my report, but if we could get permission for Christina to pay the 2 First National Bank lease payments. And also, we have 34 pieces of equipment and vehicles that are coming in. I would like to have permission for Christina to also go ahead and pay the registration on those as they come in.
Okay.
How many vehicles?
We have 8 vehicles, and the rest of it is, well, no. How many are yours? 3? So 11 vehicles and 23,
38.
38?
38 pieces.
Well, yeah, but all
But
38
they
don't
won't,
need to
yeah.
be registered.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
So
graders
just-
and stuff like that don't have to be registered,
The
right?
trailers will need registration.
Trailers
So
will.
the
So
five
five.
goosenecks.
So that's 16.
16 vehicles, including trailers. That's it.
It's the CWDG grant, and then the sheriff's 3 new vehicles.
I like it that way.
How's that?
Perfect.
Good.
Okay.
I'll make
Can we do it all at once?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And include the 3
Wait just a
bills.
second. Loretta's still talking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was 2.
It was 2.
So,
I told you I needed 2.
okay, well, you got 2.
All right. And then on the financial reports, let me find them again. On my financial, this is the abbreviated version. Again, it's just a regular meeting report. As of February 20th, general fund checking, and it's the actual ending balance column. And it's not just checking, it's all funds on deposit for general fund, $4,404,666.74. Road and bridge, $1,316,144.21. Second page at the bottom, general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for the county, $11,629,347.66. The statement of revenue and expense is next, and if you will Okay, so on the first page of that, general fund, it's showing the original budget, current budget, period activity, fiscal activity, and then the variance. So revenue right now, the variance is $4,150,436.55. Well, let's look at fiscal activity. That'd be a better column. $7,466,032.80. Expenses, $6,818,115.82, which is a difference of revenue over expenditures of $647,916.98. January 31st was the deadline where taxes become delinquent, so we usually receive quite a bit at the end of January. And then from February now till July, they're just going to be lower payments. So I'm just letting you know we're almost at the threshold where expenditures are going to exceed revenues. Road and bridge, you can see revenues are $1,994,516.74, and expenditures are $925,616.85. So we're still in a good position for road and bridge. And the other funds are listed, then juvenile and adult probation, and then the schedule of lease payments, which does show the 2 payments that were just approved.
Do you have the signature pages, Loretta?
Do I not put them to? Would you like?
Thank you.
Okay. Mine is not going to have these listed because I did not have those. My debt payments. I do not have a copy of those, so they were not reflected on my report.
Okay.
So, investment report for January, we have two $250,000 CDs at First Financial Bank for general fund, one at Schertz Bank, and one at Prosperity Bank. Then we have the money market at First National Bank, Wichita Falls, Texas Class Textbook Prime and Textpool, and one account for ARPA funds at Texas Class. It's all listed there. Do y'all have any questions about it? Nope. Okay. This report is made in accordance with provisions of Government Code 2256, Public Funds Investment Act. The investments held in the Eastland County portfolio comply with the Public Funds Investment Act and with the county's investment policies and strategies. So then I have my January monthly report. On the first page is my affidavit. It shows that the amount of cash and assets in the custody of my office as of January 31st, 2025 was $9,347,786.86. I'm sorry, I can't count. I'm being dyslexic this morning. And 98 cents. I can't even say dyslexic. Okay, and then you'll see the spreadsheet for the month ending bank account totals for January 2025. Then we have the monthly fund balance report as of January 31st. The amount of cash, if you look at the actual ending balance in general fund, was $3,614,850.36. Road and bridge was $1,283,496.27. Page 2, the actual ending balance for all the funds listed is $10,673,353.43. Then you'll see the interest statement as of January 31st, 2024, from October 1st, 2023 to January 31st, 2024. Total credits was $144,621.24. So same time period this year from October 1st, 2024 to January 31st, 2025. Two different reports. Total activity $135,467.60. The direct portfolio from First Financial Bank with a total pledged market value of $9,805,675.57. Pledged security listing for Prosperity Bank with a market value of $101,404.39. Eastland County debt as of January 2025, we still have 3 lease payments. One we paid off in January, December. One we paid off, and 3 we still have listed until I get these other ones on there. That's it.
Any questions for the treasurer?
No.
Okay.
I
Anything
gave you
else?
those, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, accept the motion to accept the consent agenda as presented
And add the bills, I'll make it.
and add payment of the bills. All right. Motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. I always think I could just go on.
Did you have the appraisal district report?
I did not.
Okay, I'll have to read some of that one.
Not that I found.
Okay. Could do that. Judge, would you sign those?
No. I've started limiting my signatures to 200 a day.
We work a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm trying to keep from getting corporal tunnel.
I'll draw you a picture every court.
I bet you.
Are you done?
I thought I was.
Thank you.
I hate having to sign for you and Loretta because y'all have such pretty signatures.
Okay.
That's Christina's office. Well, we're having things.
Got those signature stamps. I need to work out some of that frustration.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we caught up now.
Yes, sir.
Did you get with the sheriff about extra patrolling that equipment?
Well, not him personally, but it's
Okay.
Friday and
All right, good. Thank you. It's got a lot of equipment out there we need to keep an eye on. So we'll start getting it out. A-N-D.
I got my shoe on.
Okay, you have a deficit. You said 2, you asked for like 11.
Not signatures. That was
No.
additional things.
This is not right. Hmm? Well, she's out of your office.
I
I'm
know.
sure she is. So I would like to sit down with you and Christina at some point in time. You'll love this and stuff. And figure out our commissioner's court schedule.
Okay.
Why? Can we not change the payment dates or something to where we're not having to have 2 regular meetings and potentially a special meeting?
Texas law gives us 30 days from invoice to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have that 5th week of the month, a lot of times it's putting us where we're not in compliance because it's 3 weeks between meetings. Also, like utility payments and credit card payments, you're not changing the due dates. They won't. So,
It's amazing they'll do it for me. You would think with my little
utility
account,
payments?
you would think that they would sit there and say, "Hey, well,
But
we'll work
it's
with the county."
government versus personal.
I know.
Well, and we pay
Okay.
ComData twice a month, so we don't go over our credit limit.
And if you're gonna think about having one meeting, we'll be here all day.
Almost good for that.
Sorry,
Get one and get it over with. Well, we just gotta be some way to schedule this thing, buddy. I mean, I know that's part of my job is having meetings, but Jen and crickets. These guys need to be out on a piece of machinery. They don't need to be up here. It's all right.
I wish I was this morning. Way behind.
we start at 7.
What a
It wouldn't matter.
what a pretty day today.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
nice. It's just gorgeous. Okay, burn ban. I talked to 2 of the fire chiefs on either side of the county. You can guess who those are, and both of them said leave the burn ban on, please. So, we good with that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, emergency amendments.
None at this meeting.
Okay. C, discuss and consider taking action on the sheriff doing something or another. Sheriff Wager.
I need permission to apply for a grant for body armor. We're trying to, we budgeted it, but we're trying to get a grant for it instead.
I'll
Is
make a
this-
motion.
Is this whoa, you're giving in to this guy way too fast, man. I
He
need
said-
to let
hey,
him
did he
sweat.
not say he was saving us money by trying to do this? That's what I heard between the lines right there. I'm saving your money.
I know, but I just like seeing him wiggle over there. Is that going to cover everything? The 18 grand?
Should.
Okay. All right. Motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye.
Now who's slowing the meetings now?
Wow. yeah.
Right on the
Yeah, yeah. Now this is like being at home.
Shelby, bring my flag. D, road crossing agreement on County Road 323, City of Carbon. Who's got that's yours?
Yes,
Ryan?
Do you have the permit?
She was supposed to.
It was sent out.
It was sent out. Here's mine.
Yeah, they usually print it for court.
I didn't. She has it. I Miss Ginger has it.
Ginger, do you have the road crossing permits, the originals
For carbon.
for Carbon and?
No, the original was emailed here for us for the road, but
Yeah, I got the email, but I need something
they emailed
to
us.
sign.
Oh yeah, I mean that's But that was. Give me back my certificate. I'm gonna put that on the wall.
Okay, so this is.
At least get the color one.
So I don't have a copy of the Carbon one printed out to sign.
Ginger, would you print out that road crossing
Here,
agreement
I'll
for?
have
Okay.
It's in your folder.
in yours.
Oh,
Now who's
Can you
Meeting?
flag them with the great big sticky notes, Ginger? Because we're having problems.
Yellow.
thank
I
you,
don't know.
Ginger.
I don't know. I was confused because I didn't have a agenda.
Thank you. You need an
This,
agenda?
No, this is 4D.
There, hand this to him, Ronnie, because I printed too.
I did too.
There's 4D right here.
I need 4D, sir.
You need 4D, right?
We need a motion. Second, please, sir.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Raines. All those in favor say aye. Both same sign. E.
Hey, and you're passing that around.
Huh?
You're passing that one around for
Yeah.
carbon.
Yeah, that's what that is right there.
Onward.
Oh no, this one's got the former judge's name on here.
I got this one, Judge.
That's on the website, Judge.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been updated on the website.
Ginger.
So that's the way it prints. Because I went back and looked after they sent that to me. And I forwarded it over here, and it was on the website.
We need to update the road crossing agreement. Well, it's on the website.
Would you like to use yours, though, Judge?
Oh, okay. I'm ready to sign whatever. Anyway, this is the road crossing agreement for Precinct 4. Mr.
Yeah,
Ray?
this is the battery substation that they're building out there. They're going to bore the road anyway. So it's good.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I'm
Second.
Motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Do you need a copy of it back to you?
Yeah, I need a copy. Or you can just email it to me and I'll email it
Okay.
to Scott.
Great.
I told him you got your stamp on it and you sent it to me. I'd send it.
Okay.
And I will email Sylvia, the city of Carbon. That's her name.
F, discuss and consider revisions to the Eastland County personnel policies. Ms. Key.
I sent out copies to everybody with suggested revisions in red. I sent it out last month and then I sent it again last week. And we can go through them. There's a whole lot of them. Some of them are just grammatical.
The major majority of them, though, is just changing everything, reporting to the human resources is the way I looked at it.
Yes, and then the other changes are on longevity and PTO. There's no cap on it.
Yeah.
We've capped at 25 years, and we have some employees that are now being penalized for being long-term employees. We don't have very many that work over 25 years, but it's just taking that cap off.
No, I didn't have a problem when I saw that because you shouldn't. Teachers are that way. For the longest time, they got capped in a certain deal, and so it's just like, well, okay, why am I here?
Right.
You know, and if people are still productive, still doing their job and stuff, I think we need to encourage them to be here. So I didn't have anything that stuck out.
I do have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Okay.
On, trying to find, I don't have page numbers. 2.07, the page after that.
2.08.
It don't have a 2.08.
The next page is 3.
And it talks about exempt employees. Can we like have a glossary? Like who's included in the exempt and non-exempt? What classification are those?
The exempt are the salaried exempt employees, and that's according to DOL regulations.
Can we add that to the policy?
Which paragraph are you looking at?
Number 4 and number 5. So I'm just thinking, can we have a glossary? Also in section 5, let me see. I don't know where section 5 is.
It's after 208.
Yeah, right before 6.
We
Gosh.
can put page numbers on this. That would not be hard to do at all.
put see section 5, but I don't have a section 5. Oh, there it is. Employee status policy for over 50 employees. Can we add that glossary to the exempt and non-exempt here?
I'm sorry, I'm confused about what glossary you
Well,
want.
you want the definition of what
Yeah,
the
like regular
exempt
full-time,
employee
a
is?
full-time employee shall, blah, 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 blah. But in this employee status,
Oh,
we
okay.
don't have what a non-exempt and exempt is.
Okay.
Can we add
Yes.
that to section 5?
A
Yes.
definition of basically of what they
Of
are.
what they are. Okay.
Thank you. And then on that same page in paragraph number 3, talks about community supervision personnel, or personnel supervising the work crew. Do we even have a work crew anymore?
When I do it.
But this is community supervision.
They're not doing it right now, but I don't know that they won't do it in the future.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, I'm sorry.
You said 3.
I didn't say 3.
I said 3.
And then on section 9.05,
Kathy read hers.
I did read it. I've asked to scoot it to.
Well, I didn't have those questions. So.
I'm sorry. Can we define who the FMLA administrator is? It mentions FMLA administrator. It never says what department.
Oh, okay.
That's not in HR?
It is HR.
But it doesn't say that. So who is it?
HR?
Who's HR?
Whoever's in
Human
HR.
Resources.
Yes.
Whoever's in HR.
Okay. And then let me know when you're ready.
She's got a lot of dreams.
I know. You think
I
she'd
know.
pay more attention to the words written in red?
Hey, I've been reading legislation. Leave me alone.
Which page are you?
I'm on 13.03 documentation.
We used up a whole page. I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Take that
I
off
put in
the
here
budget.
need a copy in the forms in the back, like the warning notice. Can we put that in the appendix thing?
I would rather not.
Okay. Okay.
Just because some people use the warning notice provided and some people do not.
Okay.
So
Can we put in there maybe CHR? Well, we can figure it out.
yeah,
Common
it's
sense.
Human Resources.
Okay, and then 14.05. I didn't have 13.00, the discipline / termination,
That's the whole section.
in my personnel policy that you presented. It mentions it, see also 13.00, but I didn't have it in my packet. Did you send just what was corrected?
That is the whole section.
Okay.
So at the top it says 13.00 discipline termination. It's the whole section.
See, I don't have that. I have 12.07, and then it goes to 13.03.
Oh, it's in mine.
So I don't think I have a complete, because I'm missing several pages.
I've got it all.
Okay,
Okay,
so
can you
your
re-
page is just missing.
Okay, yes, okay.
What you printed.
And then on 16.01, that first sentence there. Personnel files are maintained in Human Resources, and additional files may also be maintained by each elected / appointed official. The official copy of all personnel information related to an employee except leave records shall be filed in the employee's personnel file. Which employee personnel file? HR?
Yes. Do you want me to put Human Resources?
I think so, to be very
Okay.
clear.
Because for everybody but law enforcement, that is the official file.
Okay, yes, if you don't mind. Three more, Judge.
Holy moly.
And this is just,
Lunch is on the county clerk.
yeah, I got tuna downstairs. The other one would just be a cleanup. It's in attachment B about parking tickets and all that, but that's only if the JP's offices move. So
Yeah, and that's a policy adopted by the court, so they have to adopt a new policy,
okay.
which they probably need to do.
And then the last one is on the travel per diem allowance form.
Uh-huh.
75.
The traveling county employee must submit receipts.
On,
What section are you on? 'Cause I'm trying to,
It's
Okay.
section
D.
152.011 is
appendix D? Because it's on my
Yes, D.
electronic copy, it's kind of messed up.
appendix D. Yes.
let me see the page you're looking at,
Yeah, it's done good so far.
per diem allowances.
Which one are you on? Are you
Per
on number
diem.
one?
Per diem allowance.
I know, but which one?
I don't know.
You're just talking about it in general?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the third paragraph. Do you want receipts? Do you not want receipts?
No, and I need to change that,
Okay.
because that's on the per diem.
Okay.
I guess I was on the,
Oh, okay, there's no meals on here, so that's airline, parking garage, lodging, taxi fares, which a taxi doesn't give you a receipt. Auto rent, that's not on meals.
Okay.
That's on these specific items.
Those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And then on the last one talks about question and answers.
Mm-hmm.
It says Austin, Texas in there on all throughout the paragraphs. Question, answer.
Which page?
Should we change that to just
I think that's just an example.
It's an
though.
example.
okay?
Yeah, they're hypotheticals.
Yeah, maybe just, well, I mean, it says travel examples to help answer your question.
Okay, that's all my questions, concerns
Okay.
for today, Judge.
Hallelujah. Okay. So how do we need to handle this? Do we need to go and approve based with the corrections as presented?
Mm-hmm.
Is that acceptable? Okay. Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
Motion by Mr. Rain. Second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And then you guys will get all of us a complete copy.
Human resources will get
But
everybody.
yes,
a copy.
sorry, yes,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Everybody will have to sign new acceptance.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging me, Judge.
I think I'm still indulging you. Are we ready to go to G? Discuss and consider declaring an emergency to get off of F and establish operations budget for the U.S. Forest Service Community Wildfire Grant. Ms. Key,
Field love.
you have 11 seconds.
Judge, I cannot recommend declaring an emergency.
Why did we put it on the agenda?
Well, because I thought that was the only way we were going to be able to do it. But I have not given you. Is that one or two?
One, I guess. Yeah, just one.
The first page is the budget amendment. The second part, what I did is on the heavy equipment operators, I recalculated with the heavy equipment operators and the Sawyers starting last pay period, starting this week, I guess. Where they're still not hired, but I just did a recalculation and put the heavy equipment operators at foreman pay instead of the pay that was in the application. And by doing that, it was a savings of $53,772.96. And
Hey, I got one question. So what does that do to us potentially having one or two actual foremans in that?
I think you'll have to adjust like operator 3 and 4 to something in between them.
Okay.
All right, that's what I would think. I mean, it's up to Steve.
between foreman and road hand?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you're gonna have 2 foremen and you want to pay them a little more, you can adjust the other 2 down a little bit, kind of in between the 2.
Okay. And we can do that later. This was just to get, we can't pay for anything because there's no budget. So we've got to get budget so we can actually, yes, so we can start paying for things. And with that being said, I just went in and guessed would be my best description at what we needed in the different categories. Stephen Forbes and I sat down and went over categories. And you'll see at the bottom what I took out of the payroll lines is $54,275. And if you look at Sawyer 4, I just adjusted out of Sawyer 4 because I imagine that's probably going to be the last position we hire, to make it the $54,275 that I came up with what we needed.
But basically all these they're not carved in stone. These are just placeholders.
Right. And you'll see a lot of
to give us an opportunity to be able to move funds around
Right.
where we think that we need.
And when we get another month into this, maybe we can see where we are and I can move some more from payroll into lines that we needed.
Okay.
And we should start receiving reimbursements probably in 6 weeks.
Okay. And that Stephen, what I was going to tell you, and I mean, we've kind of talked about this, but I wanted the other commissioners to hear, is that it's at least initially, for sure initially, we need to be submitting reimbursements. I mean, absolutely as quickly as we can because we are writing checks to cover checks and, I mean, we know the money's there. We know that we're going to get it from the Forest Service, but I don't like doing business that way. So just make sure that we're getting all that done.
Yeah. First National Bank is funding the 8 pickups and the 3 compact track loaders and accessories this week. So I'll have something showing that they've been paid and I can submit for reimbursement.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had
By I mean Tracy.
sign that deal that they needed signed or whatever. They said, well, we're going to have your driver's license number. And I said, well, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do a letter. Okay, well, I'll do a letter.
Yeah.
And so then I called the guy after I failed to read past First Financial Wichita Falls and called First Financial here.
First National Bank, Wichita Falls.
Yeah. So anyway, but Candy had a good sense of humor about it. So. Okay, so we're not going to declare an emergency after all.
No, so just allow me to make the budget adjustments.
Okay. All right. Motion to allow the auditor to make the budget adjustments without declaring an emergency, as presented.
I'll make it good.
Motion by Mr. Raines.
I'll say.
Second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say
One thing, and allow me to establish the new
Yeah.
general ledger account. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
okay. Mr. Raines and Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
who needs to sign? Does Stephen need to sign?
Yes,
Department head?
he will need to sign as department head.
Okay, H. Discuss and consider submitting a new program setup list with City Code Texas Commercial Cards Program. Ms. Key.
The court gave me permission a very long time ago to seek a new credit card program. This is the program through TexMass, which is the state purchasing. And this will start the process. But it's been so long, I wanted to bring it back and make sure the court knows that we're proceeding at this time. But with 8, 9, 10, 11 new vehicles, our current credit card is not going to be sufficient. So this is seeking another credit card.
Not replacing, but in addition to?
Yes. What I would really like to do is put just fuel on the Comdata card that we already have and use the new card for everything else and maybe transition over at a later time. But right now, until we get it all set up, I'm not sure how it's going to work. And I'm sure I'll have more information later. But I am asking for the one card, which is travel and purchases. So it will have the ability to do both.
Is this the same company the court gave you permission to?
It's through the same program,
Okay.
yes.
Bless you.
So you've got one for travel and what?
It's called One Card. It's travel and purchases.
Okay.
So I can put permissions on it for what we want to do at first and then see how that goes and can later change permissions if I need to.
Okay.
I did, on the copy you have, Kathy, redacted the tax ID, and when I started filling out this form, it auto-populated my name, address, phone number, birth date, my home address. I don't know how I did that.
Okay.
So that's redacted on yours also. I did not want all that information in there.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
Will you
No.
sign that paper?
Okay.
I did. Thanks, Rob.
All right. We'll entertain a motion to consider the City Code Texas Commercial Card Program. I would like to get, I'll say before we do that, I would like to go to, I know with the state we had 2 different credit cards and had to keep up with 2 credit cards and we were both responsible for and stuff. I'm not a big fan of 2 credit cards. If we can transition to 1 credit card, I'm all about that. I mean, if there's a particular reason we need to stay with one.
And it all depends on the credit limit they give us. I've asked for a $300,000 credit limit. If it all works out, we can just get rid of the Comdata and go with just this one. If they give us a $30,000 credit limit, we're back in the same boat where we were.
Let me finish out, James. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
So yes, sir, that is my intent. It just depends on what city card will allow us to have.
Well, here's a thought. Tell City Card that that's what we're looking for, and if they can't provide it, then we will go to somebody else that will. Because there are all kinds of credit card companies out there. I get offers from them all the time.
I know, but the P card is the preferred way to go because it's through the state and it's already approved.
I understand.
So if I can get the credit limit, I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm all about that. I don't want to get involved in that process, but I'm just saying, it baffles me sometimes that we go up on bended knee asking for services that we're going to pay for, and and I understand that's the way sometimes that works. But I just like I said, I don't have a problem telling them or you telling them that I said that is that if you can't do what we need to do, then we're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Well, and that's the reason.
Hope we're not going to interfere with your stock prices any because you turned down another customer because you were a bunch of idiots.
That's the reason we're moving away from Comdata is because they will not increase our credit limit. And we've had them how many years, Christina?
No, we should have dropped them in the grease a long time ago. In my former life, Comdata was not the preferred deal. And then the other thing is, you go up to a friggin' pump and
It don't work.
It wouldn't take.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take a damn Comdata deal, and you're out there trying to fuel it with your own money. You know, I mean,
We have fueled it with our own money.
No, we need to kick Comdata the curb, and you can tell that guy.
They're very difficult to work with.
Yeah, you can tell that guy to call me too.
It's a female.
I don't care. I don't care what he identifies as.
They probably won't. They won't call you.
Aye.
Oh, we haven't had.
Oh, we didn't do that one? I'm sorry. Motion by Mr. Rain, second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Discuss and consider entering into a credit agreement between Kirby Smith Machinery, Inc. and the County of Eastland. Mr. Crenshaw.
Oh, this is on me.
I know you're still jamming.
We have an account with them. We just don't have no credit line with them. I mean, we bought several things. I bought some stuff not too long ago, and they sent it through. But anyways,
What are you buying? What are you buying with that?
parts for the Fecon
That mower.
Okay.
and it's, I mean, if you buy them from Alamo, where we got it, they're like $78 a tooth, and you can buy them from them for $14 a tooth.
Man,
So it's a lot of money saved.
sure.
But I don't know, how much did you ask for?
There was no request on here. There was no place to put it that I found.
Maybe that's what we did last time, and that's why we don't have no credit limit.
Well, they need to put it on their form then.
Will that take care of our fuel and stuff too?
Maybe.
We're
I
already
talked-
over 300,000 right now.
Was it Barbara? I talked to somebody at Kirby Smith and Barbara Rickard. And she told me we just needed to fill out a credit out. So I'll send this in and I'll follow up with her.
Yeah, because, we should have credit with them. I mean, you bought a roller from them. I mean, I don't understand why we got an account with them, and last year I charged some stuff with them, and they said, all right, yeah, that's okay, just send it on through. This year we had to turn around and pay with a credit card.
On the Comdata card,
On
which
the
they won't
Comdata,
increase our credit limit.
Yeah,
And that was $2,600, something like that.
$2,600.
No, we need to kick Comdata the
Yeah,
darn curb.
but
I mean, as quickly as
I
possible.
mean, if they
Tired of giving
ask,
them money.
I would think at least 30,000, or maybe even more. I don't.
Okay. Will I email this?
Do all of y'all use that?
Well,
This guy?
I don't know what's coming on them.
I've been buying some of my blades from Construction Edge in Waco.
Yeah, that's blades for motor grader. Or
Well, I bought mowing blades from them too.
Yeah. I don't know whether they'd have that or not. I know they've got exactly. They get these.
I don't remember I ordered the last set of blades from. It wasn't Diamond. I want to say it was Tiger, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I just want to get away from Alamo because they charge you like 5 times more than what
Oh yeah.
anybody else will charge you. And I can't believe that since we did business with them, but
Yeah.
their parts, that's where they get you. I mean, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous if they'd upcharge you that much, but you have to go through
Well,
one of their dealers.
yeah, and not only that, the shipping on some of that is just
Yeah.
unbelievable because of the
I
weight.
love this pen.
know
It's
you
just like say for me to run to Waco to pick up a set of blades is a lot. I can do it a morning and save $500 in shipping because of the weight.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing on these. These are, you get charged shipping, but it's shipping to them, and then I just run a firm.
There's for like that flower mower, there's 80 blades on that to change out all.
Jiminy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it weighs a ton.
So what do we need for your credit limit on that deal?
I just need the approval.
Okay.
And I'll request a 30,000 credit limit.
Okay, can I have a motion besides from Mr. Crenshaw?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
And allow the judge to sign.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, motion Andy, were you in that too? Let's let them do it since it's your request. We'll have a motion by Wilson and a second by Maxwell.
Okay.
Good with that?
And then everybody vote on it. All in favor say aye.
Kathy, are you going to give me a copy right now?
Motion carries.
Good.
Okay.
Put your credit card number.
We can,
Yeah.
Driver's license.
Table
I
there.
did put, they were requesting it. I
Hey.
put in a local government on this one.
What's the
to
credit
table it?
card?
Yeah, they want his
Give me that.
personal guarantee and
That would be a hard no.
consent
Oh,
to
no.
contain consumer credit information.
There's
Just
somewhat.
because you finally stated within the lines of your color.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
I have more credit than I
Yep.
probably need.
Can
Hey,
pay
I'll
out.
pass this on.
Then I can pay back, exactly.
I'm so impressed.
Okay, Jay, present Kathy Gentho, the county clerk, the elected county clerk, Her Highness, a continuing education certificate for 2024. And she's doing it to herself. You present your own.
I am presenting it from our association.
There you go. There you
I didn't print it in color to save some money.
go. Did they misspell your name?
No, not this
Good
time.
luck.
I got one of them in the mail the other day.
Did
Yeah, I
you,
had to print my
Last
own.
year.
did you give Tracy a copy?
No.
If you will, please.
So
I'll
if
be
y'all will
doing my
accept it with graciousness.
Okay, I have a motion to accept with graciousness her continuing education certificate for 2024. Motion by Mr. Reagan.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
I don't know.
And a second by Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
We were talking about tabling it, to be honest with you.
Opposed? Nay.
Thank y'all. My end of the table.
All right, discuss and consider the Microsoft 365 and Adobe subscriptions. And then the second one is discuss and consider procuring the Microsoft. And I don't know why we've got 11 different agenda items. But anyway, you ready?
I can present.
Yeah, or do you want to do it?
Let me
ahead,
just do a little bit of history on the Adobe subscriptions. Adobe was first, correct?
No.
No, it says
So
Microsoft.
Microsoft and then
And Adobe.
Adobe.
Oh, okay. Just history. Right now, every office is basically purchasing their own Microsoft subscription.
At different prices.
And they vary from Office 2000 to what's current. We pay Sierra for Office 365, but it's a very limited version. So to use Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, you have to actually go into the app to use it. You can't just have it on your computer. After a lot of back and forth conversation, same thing with Adobe. Each office is paying for their own subscriptions for Adobe. We don't know what each office has. I have to send subscription-based IT expenditures to our auditors. That's part of our financial report now. I can't do it because they're charged to Comdata. I don't know everything we have. So this would localize everything where we're paying Microsoft 365 and what we're proposing, and it varies because if somebody is just using email, they need a different level than people that are actually using Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Same thing with Adobe, and you'll see on the proposal there's 25 at the Pro license, and then and it's just 25. That's the 25 that will have access to fill in forms, save
double.
as different version or different. You can save PowerPoint, it's Excel or Word.
And
correct?
it's encryptable, right?
Yes.
You can encrypt it. Okay.
You can.
Yeah, I think that's what you have already.
Yes.
It's just putting everybody's where we're paying for everything all at once, and we're not paying $100 here. Plus, everybody that has their own has to request sales tax reimbursement from Microsoft, which is no fun.
Yeah.
Same thing on Adobe. So
The other issue, not to cut you off, Ms. Key, is that this has been going on several weeks where we I kind of had this vision, and I think the Commissioners Court did as well, is that we would start consolidating this deal so it's just one size for the entire county. And one of the things that we did is that we started looking at levels of employees. What does the jailer need versus what does the sheriff need? Or the jail administrator, or what is the and that's with the Microsoft and with the Adobe as well. So this is probably as close a list as we can get at this point, but we're going to continue to fine tune it. And as people come in, as long as we're adding, this is what Sam said, as long as we're adding people, there's no problem about adding. But if we start trying to decrease people, that's only once a year. So as long as the jail.
Now you can transfer licenses. So if you lose someone, then you can move that license.
Yeah, you can roll over. A jail administrator gets turned over, then that just goes over to him, and there's no cost involved. This is just about you don't have as many employees and you don't need as many licenses. Or we do this. We continue to keep doing this inventory with the different department heads, and we get to the point and go, Ronnie doesn't need this many licenses, and with Ronnie's input, obviously, that would only happen once a year. But increasing it, we can increase all year long.
Yep.
Every week we can say, hey, we found another guy that
And I do those purchases, so
yeah. So anyway, we appreciate you being here. So
yes, sir.
So all of that is it's going to save. Here's the other potentially penalty point that we're trying to avoid is that Microsoft comes back at some point and says, hey, you got a 2000 version here, and you're supposed to have the newest and finest one and stuff, and we want our money. And of course, the hammer they got is, well, your Microsoft doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And then all those files that you had in Excel or PowerPoint or Word or whatever just freaking go away. They've got a monopoly. I mean, there's not really anything you can do. The one version, what Loretta was saying is, the one version is you can go to Microsoft.com and you can get on there, and there's free versions on there, I think, of Word, Excel, or whatever. But you can't just go back there like you can on an icon on your desktop, and obviously
You have to have internet connectivity to do
and
that.
there's some issues about I guess transferring it once you do get on the website or whatever
From the basic to the standard.
So anyway, that's why we're doing all this stuff. And I know Robert's favorite deal is saying, John Q. Public doesn't care whether we got Microsoft Excel or not. Unfortunately, we have to have it to work and to be able to do our business, all the way to the sheriff's office, all the way to, we're constantly looking at spreadsheets and things like that, dealing with the budget and different things. So that's the whole deal. It's going to cost us in the long run. It's going to cost us a little bit more, but it's also saving us some money going from TAC to this deal, because what was the one that was, if we go in the government, it's like $99 a year versus, is that the Adobe?
That's
It's
the
the
Adobe.
So that's the deal is, and I'm picking on Kathy just because she's here. Kathy has Adobe that she paid $200 and something for in her office.
For one license.
For one license. And then, but we can go up there and do $95 and, and cover it. So is it going to save us a ton of money? No, but it'll put us in compliance, and we don't have to worry about Microsoft coming in and shutting us down, et cetera, et cetera. So,
And the same thing with Adobe.
but both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
So just, and I'm going to let you address the secure link, if you will.
So the options there's two options, 1 and 2. Secure link is the difference. Secure link, as we know, the majority of viruses you're going to get through an email is going to be a link that you click. I mean, we've all seen people do that. You can only do so much education, training. So what the secure link does is when someone clicks that link, it throws up a splash screen. It goes out and checks that URL that you just clicked and determines if it's a good one or a bad one. And then if it's a good one, it'll open it up. If it's a bad one, it'll send you a warning saying you don't want to open this.
And that's something that's running all the time.
It runs all the time.
Now, and my understanding though is on this secure link is that we're on that now.
I'm not sure.
You might check with Sam because I think, and you're getting me to talk about IT stuff, and I can't even spell IT.
Because we got alerted about.
Yeah, I think Sam.
So he may have
told-
turned it on.
I think
So
that is
I
what
think
he said.
I think that Sam has said that we're on the secure link now and will be until September 1. I think.
Okay.
I think.
I believe that's correct. When we
So
come on
this secure link deal, which I think is pretty critical because I've even did it. In fact, I think it was an email I thought I was getting from you, wasn't it? That several months ago, 6 months ago, or whatever. And so I wound up clicking on thinking, and it had Loretta Key, you know, county auditor, or whatever, you know. And I clicked on it, and I'm like, this don't look right, and got out of it and had to do it. But that's where he's exactly right. My understanding is that's where we get hacked is because somebody clicks on something, and if we don't have that, the last thing we need to do is be on the tech, website. Hey, Eastland County got hacked.
It's not fun.
No, and one of them, somebody just recently got Shelby. Who was that? Was that Gainesville?
Seminole.
My office has had
Jamestown.
ransomware before.
That's bad.
Well, it's
Yeah.
bad. It was
Yeah,
bad.
no, we don't need to do that. And our, Cisco's had it twice. So anyway. So
Matagorda County too. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
They were the last ones.
Ransomware.
Yep.
So
Bad.
any questions from the commissioner? We're like I said, we're this isn't something. I never thought I was going to have to be an IT consultant, but this is something that I've been trying to work with Sam. Loretta's been involved in it and trying to not get all the bells and whistles that we that are offered, but at least get us enough stuff that we can do our business, and then we can sit there and find. This is just a starting spot for us to move forward, and then, like I said, as employees come in. And the other thing I'll tell you that we're working on is, and Goldsmith uses this already, is I'd like to see us go to, I'd like to see us go to some protocols, so it's countywide, but also a work requisition kind of deal by the department head to say, here's my problem, and it's an A, B, or C. A is, it's critical. This is the department head saying this. I think this is critical, which your critical may look different than Ms. Genthos' critical, but is that's critical, there's a security threat, or whatever, or we're in the middle of an election. And then B would be, hey, this is important, but you don't have to, get out at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then C would be, I need a new email address, And then there would be some kind of deal. I think Sam, and I don't want to quote Sam too much, but Sam was saying like an email is just, normally we get it that day, but it may be 3 days, depending on what's going on. So that puts the mindset of the department head in saying, where am I putting this? And then Goldsmith can say, well, Kathy, really moving your computer around because you don't like the lighting in your office and stuff is not really an A. And then you can deal with listening to her argument versus, Robert, I can't get on, or the dispatch or whatever, we can't, our internet's down or whatever. That would clearly be an A. So that's what we're doing in the background. I mean, I'd like to put all this stuff in place so that when a new employee comes on, it's seamless. They just go, well, that's the way they do it. And they don't realize the pain and suffering that we went through to get to this spot. So,
And this is nothing against Taxera. This is just putting it in Goldsmith's hands and taking TAC out of that part of the picture.
Yeah, we're able to react a little quicker than TAC is.
well, and I think there was a little bit of savings between.
Yes, and I'm ready to tell you all about that if you want to hear that.
And on that, Sam said, yes, we are on a trial for the secure link. They started it in January.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and I appreciate Goldsmith doing that. So as we're funding his retirement
You want to talk money?
Yeah, let's talk money.
Okay, so the Microsoft 365 Business Standard, the tips price is $13.59 per user, and let me tell you the easiest way to define per user. Sam calls it per head. So if a person has a laptop, a cell phone, and a PC, they can use the same account on up to 5 devices.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's per person.
But what we can't do, and what I think has happened, is that you had 5 devices, and I had a device, Ronnie had a device, you had a device, and we're within our 5, but it's based
different
on
people.
it's based on per user based on email.
Correct.
Well, no, and it's not even email, because you can have 6 different email accounts. One person can have 6 different email accounts. But it's per person.
Yeah, but but when I said by email, the sheriff has got
6.
an alias, several or however many he's got. What's called alias addresses and stuff. It may be Jay Wager, it may be sheriff at Eastland County, it may be dispatch guru at whatever. But all of those licenses go back to that email holder. So it could be multiple emails.
That's
but
correct.
what it's saying is that Ronnie's got one email and I've got one email, and then Robert's got 2 emails, but it's per grouping, I guess, for lack of a better deal. So anyway, $13.59 is the business standard.
Right, and the Sierra price for that is $16.12. The Microsoft 365 Exchange Online, the tips price is $4.75, and the Sierra price we're paying right now for every single email is $6.37. The email backup and retention, and the tips price is $3.83. The Sierra price is $3.90. Sarah has not been billing us for that, so I don't know if we're even receiving that service. Sam was going to check on that. And then the Secure Link is not something we have right now, but is very recommended by Goldsmith.
So you can see that there's a little bit of savings involved. Plus, it puts our stuff under the folks that we're contracted with. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just a smoother translation as we move forward. So, what else? Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
That's all I have on that. When we get to the website, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I just wanted to give the differences there.
Well, if the court decides to go with this, will all of them be on a certain renewal date?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be like a calendar year or whatever.
Yep, there's a renewal date for each one of those products.
And Goldsmith will keep up with that.
We do.
Yeah.
When will that start?
March 1st, is that correct?
Oh, wow.
Ours is February 20th.
What if we already have a subscription? Will they prorate it or
I'm
just?
not sure about that.
Okay.
With Sierra, is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about see, I have an Adobe license already.
Oh,
I think there's.
it'll be prorated, so
They'll give credit.
correct.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
I just didn't want to lose
And-
money.
No, you won't lose money.
Well, and potentially I could see on the other part of that, on the Microsoft 365 deal, that we may be a little overlapped.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
But that's at some point in time you got to pull the trigger
It's
because
part of
you
a
gotta-
transition.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have that hard date of saying, hey, today is when we're swapping and everybody's on the same system and et cetera, et cetera. So, but the Adobe, I'm glad to hear that there's that's prorated.
Yeah, you won't have to buy it.
Good.
Okay, so all right, so we've discussed and considered and the possible contracts. Where do we discuss this or not?
Go to L.
We're
Yeah.
on K.
So we've already done K. So we're doing L now. So I need a motion to consider or procure Microsoft licenses with Goldsmiths on the TIPS contract That's what we talked
Is
about.
it option 1 or option 2 is our choices, correct?
Right.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to use option 1.
Okay. Okay, motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign.
And-
Motion carries.
Are there any contracts to sign on this item?
You have,
To start here?
Mm.
Okay. Do
Yes.
y'all want to amend your motion and second?
Yeah, allow the judge to sign whatever he needs to. As many times as he needs to.
we're just gonna let him sign one time for Kathy and she'll get
5
it
to
out.
6,000 times is fine.
We're good with that? Okay.
Just make sure that you circle.
This is why I can't shoot anymore.
I'll let you go ahead and sign it, Judge. Let me make sure there's only one signature. No, you got 2.
Well, you better get to the point where it says you are here.
You're here.
I just received these, you would have had stickies. You just want to poke that bear, don't you?
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Okay, so M. Discussing consider procuring OW licenses with Dell on the Texas DIR contract. Is that
That's the second.
the second page that I just signed?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, need to have that ratified then.
Yeah.
I'll just say taken up in item number L.
Okay, that works with you.
I'm trying to move you along, Jeff.
Thank you. And discuss and consider renewing the website services with Taxera.
And this will be the one thing that's left with Taxera. And it's the website service, and it's $3,550 a year, and that's for them putting our postings on there. Sonia, when you had the discussion with Matt, did we need to sign a new contract, or we just needed to drop services we weren't going to use? Do you remember?
I don't. I
Okay.
don't know if I can pull up that email.
Okay, well, if the court will, if we need to sign a new contract, give the judge permission to sign, and I'll get a copy to everybody. We probably need to update some contact information anyway.
Do you know all the members?
No.
I was going to introduce, this is David Sons with Goldsmith. I don't know
Nice
if
to
he
meet you.
met you all. Now that we're done with them.
Okay. So do we have a motion to stay with Sarah and allow me to sign whatever needs to be signed if we have some signed? This is the point I'm at 10:18. I've lost whatever little bit of brain cells that I had left. Motion by Mr. Raines,
I'll take it.
second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye.
You don't even need us.
Number 5, motion to adjourn.
You
Mr.
got it.
Crenshaw,
Yeah, I'll take it.
second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Did you second that?
I saw it.
You did? Okay.
Put whoever you want to. You do anyway.
I do not.